Today's project, we're going to be painting a nice beach scene as seen from the ocean. You got the sand and the trees and the sky. So I'm going to show you a lot of things in this one painting. So there's one there, and then here's another one that I did not too long ago. And what you want to do for supplies, start with your Arches watercolor paper. I use 140 pound. I'm going to open that. This is a block. I'm going to open my block up. And I've got a flat brush and a liner brush. This is very important. This is for making the trees, a sponge. You got your micron pen if you want to do some pen and ink details later on. And of course a nice palette of colors. And I'll be explaining which colors I use as we go along. Okay, to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet down my sky. And I think I'm going to use this nice ultramarine blue for the sky here. I'll wet down the sky real quick. You just want to moisten the paper to kind of activate it so that the sky flows really nice and you get a nice smooth looking sky. And I forgot one important item, some tissue paper. Hold on. Okay, this is important for making clouds. So now I'm going to take my ultramarine blue. I'm going to paint some here in the sky. And I'm going to show you how to make some cool clouds here in just a minute. Okay. Maybe I'll add just a little bit of dioxazine violet. I like a little bit of purple in the sky every now and again. Just a little bit of purple. Okay, now I see some clouds. I'm going to pull some clouds out with my Kleenex. A little smudge there. I'm going to turn it around and get some clean parts of the Kleenex there. Okay, I got some cool looking clouds started. And now next I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the trees. So I'm going to take my sponge, I'm going to wet it a little bit. And then I'm going to stick it in some really nice colors. I've got some Windsor green here. Might be a little bit too strong, so I'm going to take some of that off. Maybe add a little bit of Windsor blue with that, make it more of a turquoisey color. So some Windsor green and Windsor blue. You can see the sky is still wet, so my trees are going to kind of blend into the background there a little bit. So I'll put a few of these in like that. A few trees. Go back with some more Windsor green. Okay, now I'm going to add some yellow, some lemon yellow here. I'm going to get some nice different colors. Make it real vibrant. Okay, and make some different designs here. Pull up. Use the pointy things on the sponge to kind of pull up and make some texture of these trees. Something happening there. Okay, now I'm going to rinse this out and I'm going to try to get a little bit of burnt sienna in there. This is this nice red dirt color of Kauai that I love so much. A little bit of that burnt sienna. That's that favorite color. How's that looking nice? Okay. And then maybe a little bit of some new gamboge yellow. It's a nice yellow there. Okay. Then I'm going to take some dioxazine violet. This nice purple color here. And get in a few darks. The trees always have some shadow at the bottom. I'm going to get in a few darks here. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with my brush. I'm going to take some raw sienna, which is this yellowish color, and I'm going to put in the sand. So I'm going to put a nice bright colored sand over here. And then I'll slowly blend it up to where I have some of the darks. You see it's still wet, so it's still moving around. And I can even put some shadows like coming down like that into the sand. And I can leave some of the highlights there showing. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do, while that's continuing to dry, is I'm going to put in some ocean. One of my favorite color combinations is this Windsor blue and Windsor green for a nice turquoisey color. And ocean, I just kind of go back and forth. Get some waves in there. Some more blue. Wherever I kind of skip a little bit, I might see some waves in there. Maybe add a little bit of purple lake in there. What the heck? Some of these different colors. Okay, so I see some waves kind of forming here. Coming up on the beach there. Darks. There's a wave. Now I'm going to put a little bit of water in there for hopefully some exciting effects happening here on the waves. And I'm just going to keep working it. A little bit too much there, so I'm going to take my Kleenex and kind of pull out a little bit of that wave that was there. It's kind of like a splashy wave kind of happening there. Okay. There's like a wave kind of happening there. Kind of see some splashing kind of happening there. Anyways, here's I'm going to put in a little bit of shadow where the beach kind of gets a little bit wet, and that's going to be the shadow on the top where the top of this wave is. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to do it. It's kind of a dry brushing technique. I'm going to add some color to it and then wipe it off and then kind of separate the bristles. It's kind of like making a fan brush. Okay, so you don't want it too wet. I'm going to try to get some little texture here on these waves. So it looks like the waves are rolling in there. There so often. A little bit of texture. I'm going to throw a little bit of light, some lemon yellow in here, kind of coming in underneath that wave. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry my painting really well, and then I'm going to do a little bit of pen and ink. Okay, what I did is I dried my painting really well with a hair dryer. And when you do the pen and ink, you want to make sure it's really dry, otherwise it can mess up the point here on this pen. So now I'm going to come in and do some drawing here, like I always do. Add a little embellishment to my trees, give a little texture. Draw some branches kind of happening here. It's kind of whatever you see there. edges. Just a little bit more wavy. Just a little bit of pen ink here and there. And we got some really bright and fun trees and some beach, ocean. And we'll get to go on our little painting of beach scene on Kauai. Hope you enjoyed it. Aloha.